Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel again. Today I want to have my coffee in bed. If you are with your coffee, just climb on your bed and pay attention to what I have to say. I'm not going to take your time today. My name is Juliet Amos, like you guys know, and this is Coffee Time with Juliet. And so today I want to quickly talk to somebody out there about starting over again. You can always start all over. It's not a crime to start all over again. Now, when do we get to the point that we need to know that it is time for us to start over again? That is when you get to the point of realization. You've gotten to the point where you know that this thing is not working out for you. Now, you have to decide either you want to rely on what people will say to you or you want to help yourself out. You know, a lot of times I've come to realize that why most people find it difficult to start over again is because they rely on what will people say. What will these people say? They will laugh at me. I am so ashamed of myself. People will say this, people will say that. Let me tell you something. A lot of friends said terrible things to me in my own moment of pains. At that time of my challenges, I had friends that would call me up on the phone and I would pick. Hi, it's me. And I was like, hell, how you doing? The next thing I would hear was, your fine girl don't end now. Say you are fine. Now they've sent you out of school. You did not go with certificate. Your fine girl don't end. Then when I got to a point in my life, I realized that education is a necessity. It might not necessarily be a means to, it might not necessarily be success in itself, but it's a necessity. What I'm saying is that some people don't go to school, they are still successful. So education is just a means to an end, but not an end in itself. That's just the right way to put it. It's a means to an end, but not an end in itself. So when the insult became so much for me, this person will say this to me, this person will say this to me. At a point, I had to sit down and I said to myself, okay, I had issues in school. Why are these people saying all of these things to me? Then, when I thought about what those young boys told me, that I have to go back to school, nobody talked to me anymore. I had to sit down. That was a point of realization for me. I just said to myself, you know what, Juliet? You have to go back to school. Because for people to be mocking at you because of the problem you had in school, it means that there is more to this education. You have to just go back to school. So at that time, I was so lucky. I was done with my event planning, catering services, training and all that. So instead of going out to look for a job in event planning or setting my pace in setting a place where I would start doing event planning, catering services and all that, I just said to myself, you know what, I'm going back to school. I must go back to school. That was a point of realization for me. And not until you get to the point of realization in life, you will not see the need to start all over again. Now, the only way you can do that is stop asking or stop feeling, or how will I put the word? Stop asking yourself, what will people say? You are not here to live for people. You are here to live for you. And the truth about life is that the way we live our life, we will give account of it. I have come to know that when people talk about hellfire, some people talk about heaven, and we all talk about it at the same time. Not all of us, because some are believers, some are not. So we talk about hellfire and heaven. As a believer, I want to say one thing, that I have come to know that the failure to fulfill purpose in life might actually lead a lot of people to the wrong place in eternity. So what am I saying? You don't have to be ashamed to start all over again. It does not matter your age. Maybe you got to know at the age of 50, at the age of 30, 40, all you need to do is to just be determined to fulfill your purpose. It is very important. Identify your purpose in life and fulfill it. It is important. Now, that point where you need to know that I have to go back and rectify my mistakes is a point where you have realized that, yes, I need to be this, I need to be that. That is a point where you have been able to figure out issues. Then you say to yourself, I don't give a hoot about what people think of me. I don't care about what they say. All you should care about is you becoming the you inside of you. Let me tell you one funny thing. When I decided to go back to school, I went back to school without telling anybody. I didn't tell nobody. I just decided to go back to school. Then I decided to go to a town in Nigeria called Ile-Ife. So I went to a private school there. I started all over again. And when I'm done with it, I went straight for my NYSC. During my national service, I had to call some friends that made some ridiculous and insulting. In fact, they said so much terrible things to me. I had to call them, not directly, indirectly. How did I do it? Then BB was, very much available then. I had to use BB. I got their BB pin. I fixed it. I started sending them messages. Hi, how you doing? And the shocking thing was that they all gave me the same responses. This one will call. Hi, are you serving? How did it happen? When? How you take one? Those are the response that I got from them. How you take one? How you take apple? When did you go to? You mean you have gone back to school? How? And I noticed that the minute they saw that NYSC, every one of them, their mouth was sealed up. As I speak to you guys till tomorrow, they can't look at me in the eyes and say shit to me. So if you sit back and keep asking yourself, what would people say? Because of what people will say, you don't want to take the right step. Believe me, you will live to regret it. It is important. You disconnect yourself from external factors. What people think of you, what will people say about you, shouldn't be your problem. What should be, you have made a mistake. Come to a point of realization and decide to start all over again. There is no competition in destiny. We are here to fulfill a purpose. And your priority should be fulfilling your own purpose and making a mark in life. Thank you for listening to me today. I've come to the end of today's episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the red button and subscribe. And like, if you find the topic inspiring, you can share with your friends. I beg you, I need your support. Because if I don't see you people here, some things I will not want to say them. So please, I need to see you guys here. We need to learn together. And if you have anything to talk about, maybe you have a contribution to make, come on the comment box and put it there. I'm going to reply and I'm going to share whatever you want me to share out. I'm going to use it as a topic and share with others for them to learn. A lot is happening today. We just need to keep talking. We cannot stop talking because this word can heal a soul. This word, as silly as you think that it sounds, you can use it to either destroy a person or to heal a soul. Have a fantastic weekend. I remain Juliet Amos. Bye for now.